Not enough study, too much social media. There are many reasons why a child may fall behind at school. But did you ever think an F could be a result of the food that they eat?
An Australian study has confirmed that a diet lacking nutrients can lead to poor performance in the classroom. In fact, it can shave more than 10 points off their NAPLAN score. So what should we be feeding our kids to make sure that they succeed at school?
Nutritionist and naturopath Belinda Kirkpatrick joins us to discuss. Hi, Belinda.
Hi.
Nice to see you again. The study found that the damage comes from non-core foods.
Yes.
What are these?
So foods that like pizzas and hamburgers, sort of junk foods, ice creams, fried foods, potato chips, sort of mostly processed foods, I guess, lollies.
If you have these kinds of foods over long term, what are the effects?
I think it's more about whether, you're having them all the time or sometimes. So kids who consumed more of these kind of like non-core foods were shown to have lower academic performance. But then I guess in medium term, once you become, adults, it can lead to more stress, depression, mood issues. And the World Health Organization says that poor diet is one of the major risk factors for many kind of chronic diseases, from diabetes to strokes, heart attacks. So, it's not just kind of them doing really well in the Year 5 NAPLAN. It really does kind of go on to your, sort of ultimate health and wellness.
Yeah, well, you talk about academic performance, though. Most of these foods that you said are no-nos are served in the tuck shop. So do we need to be doing more, or...?
Yeah, I think absolutely we do. The Australian Healthy School Canteen Policy, I think it says that they need to be serving a quarter of their foods need to only be from these non-core foods, and 3/4 need to be kind of like healthy foods. But having done my days in the school tuck shop volunteering, I know for a fact that the kids are still going towards those foods. So whilst the healthy foods might be stocked there, they're definitely lining up for the garlic breads and the choc chip cookies and the ice cream. So it's about what they're choosing. So I think having only healthy foods, and there's certainly an abundance of schools that do that. There's a great example of a school out west that completely turned their whole kind of canteen around. Bondi Public does it. When the good foods are there, the kids can only choose those foods.
Yeah, I think some of the schools, you're right, are trying their very best to get it. But break it down for us. What should we be packing into our kids' lunchboxes?
Yeah, so whenever you kind of are confused about that, I think going back to kind of making sure that there's protein and something fresh in their lunchbox with most of their foods. So I'd be looking at things like maybe, some cheese and crackers, some natural yogurt with berries, maybe some carrot sticks or a piece of fruit, throw a bit of hummus with the carrots if they're feeling adventurous, maybe like a chicken and salad wrap. Sort of fresh whole foods are what you're wanting to be kind of going for mostly. It doesn't have to be fancy.
Just hope none of that stuff gets stuffed down the school bag that doesn't get eaten and stinks.
Or it comes back uneaten. We're trying.
Well,
you can only try, though, right?
That's right. And eating something good is still, or not eating something, is eating something bad better than not eating at all?
Yeah,
I don't know, probably not.
Belinda, there was a separate study that found that kids who eat fish at least once a week have a higher intelligence. What is so special about fish? Yeah,
so fish contain omega-3s, which are fantastic for sort of brain development. They're also really high in protein, as well as these kind of like omega-3s. So, I guess they're really, really anti-inflammatory food. And that study was really interesting because actually, the kids that only ate fish once a week did sort of so much better in their IQ points than the kids that ate no fish. But kids who seldom or rarely ate fish still did better than the kids who ate no fish. So, that's a really small amount of kind of like fish to be eating to be getting those kind of effects, which is quite interesting.
Amazing. All right, Belinda, thank you so much.
Thank you.